We open up all of our, at the beginning of practice with our wide receivers, we just put them in line, quarterback has a couple balls. Normally this drill's going really fast. It's gonna be a little slow right now for the demonstration purposes. Basically the receivers go through and they work on catching the ball with two hands and tucking it with the 6-point covering the point of the ball. Then we get them a pass out in front where they catch it with one hand. Then we do the bad pass drill where the ball's thrown behind them. They gotta catch it and spin and get up the sideline. Then the last one's the over the shoulder, where they're working on over the shoulder and getting their pinkies. We're gonna let each receiver just catch one, but normally if you were in practice, they would all do each one several times as you're going on. So let's just go through this real fast. The first one will be a pass right to him, and go ahead. First one's a pass right to him, go ahead. And he's working on catching it, not using his hands and tucking it, watching the ball in. The next one's one pass out. He's gonna use one hand, he only uses one hand. He's gotta reach out, see, bad pass drill. Now it's a bad pass drill behind him, and he'll have to catch the ball and spin and go up the sideline. Just like that. And then the last one, because we run a lot of fade routes down the sideline, so now it's the over shoulder, and he's got to work on getting over the shoulder and catching the ball with the pinkies in. And we just go through that. That's our hand drills. This next drill, we'd have all the receivers partner up, and each one have a ball. For the video demonstration purposes, we'll just have the one receiver, but you'd have, if you had 6 receivers, you'd have partners, so you'd have 3 footballs and they'd all be playing catch. This is what we call our clock drill, and they're just going to go around the clock. They start with the one above the head, what we call 12 o'clock. And anything above the waist should be thumbs up, and he just tucks it. So the quarterback right now is trying to throw everything above the waist, and he's working, when it's above the waist, the thumbs are in, and we just work on seeing the ball in and tucking it. And then to the below the waist, it's real important to emphasize the young receivers that now their pinkies are in. And notice this guy's got really good concentration, and he's seeing the ball always into the hands and tucking it in. And so that's another drill, usually spring, summer, early August, to make sure we get the fundamentals in. Thanks, fellas. Okay, we're gonna go through our cone drills. It's 2 cones, 4 cones, and 6 cones. Right now we're gonna demonstrate the 2 cone drill, and basically it's just getting the receivers to learn how to make their cuts, sink their hips, keep their good arm punt, make a good hard plant, and trying to get them to cut at full speed. So the first one, he'll just get to the second cone. As he comes on the cone, he'll come back, we throw the ball. So we're emphasizing the previous drills where they're watching the ball in the hands and tucking and covering the point. So the first one's just 2 cone drill. Go ahead. Sinks the hips, get a good chop, plant, catch the ball. The next one's the 4 cone drill. And here he's gonna make 2 cuts. Go ahead. Sinks the hips, plants feet, sinks the hips, plants feet, and then catches the ball and working on the good cut. The last one, this is the 6 cone drill, and basically we're just gonna emphasize the different cuts out of different cones, and we get a coach or quarterback throwing the ball. So again, they're always working on their hands and eyeing the ball in. Let's go ahead, go fellas, go. Again, sinking the hips, chopping the feet, make the plate, watch the ball in, drop it, just working on their cuts and their footwork, and working all the stuff that they did before. So just the different kinds of cone drills and get young kids to have good footwork, sink their hips, and watching the ball go in. Obviously in the wing tee attack, the blocking is real important, so we really emphasize this once or twice a week. First block is real important, is the stock block. Go ahead. He really chops it down. It's like an illegal basketball screen. You see him moving his feet, and that's working the stock block. And we tell our kids they need a stock block anytime we're hitting the 5 or 6 hole in our attack. So our buck sweeps, our downs is a stock block. The next one we're going to go is a shadow block. Is that hit? Yep. And then you see he's getting his thumbs in and really squeezing the hips and getting his thumbs in and going like that, so we get a call for blocking. The next one's our crack block. We would emphasize our crack blocks on our jets, our rockets, our belly sweep. We stock block on options, but all the other stuff we want to crack. So either cracking the outside linebacker or we're cracking the free safety. So if it's a 3-man front, we're going to crack the outside backer. If it's a 2 safety shell, then we're cracking the safety. So this is a split in left, if you can imagine for a second. So the center guard and tackle's here, and we're running the ball to the 7 hole, and they're going to emphasize the crack block anytime you're ready. And obviously the important thing is we're working on getting the hands and getting the helmet in front. Let's do that one more time. Let's really show in the camera how we have to get our helmet in front. At the high school level, we don't always get the best referees. So if we really emphasize that we want to make sure this helmet's in front so that this new referee over here on the sideline is not getting us for any kind of illegal block in the back. So one more time with the crack block. Is that hit? Good. And then the last one is our angle block. This is the plays going away from the wide receiver, and we're trying to get all the way across the field with great effort and stopping the backside pursuit from the backside safety, backside corner. So he's really coming all the way across the field. The ball's going all the way to the opposite sideline. Set, hit. And he's working his good angles and getting out in front. Of course, that could be a touchdown block. That's a really important block at the end. The blocking is a really big deal in the wing tee attack, and we've got to make sure we are emphasizing that once or twice a week.